Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here at Sparky Pants Studios with another Replay Tuesday for you. But before we get started, we've got a bunch of news, and I'm, of course, Red Rupee here, my co-caster.
Deckard, how's it going, everybody? Like Red Rupee said, we've got some huge news for you this coming Wednesday. If you're seeing this video right now on Tuesday, that means tomorrow we've got a big patch coming.
They don't even know how excited they should be.
They don't even know yet. It's going to be huge. We've got the very much requested 3v3 mode coming down.
Each player controlling a single rig.
That's right. It sounds great because it is great. It's really a lot of fun. And we also have 1v1 ranked mode coming in.
And that's going to be the standard 3 rigs per person. It's going to be one-on-one, but we've got a draft system where you're going to be choosing rigs, choosing pilots, switching gear in and out before the match even starts, so you'll be able to play and counterplay, and of course that will be on a whole new leaderboard at some point. But in addition to all of that, those 2 new modes, we're also going to have a party system where you can team up with your friends and search for 3v3 with an established crew. And of course, we're going to have a multi-queue option in addition to that, so you can look for 3v3 and 1v1, unranked or ranked, all, whatever you want to do, we've got it lined up. In addition to all that stuff, we're going to give you more, and we're going to charge you less. Yeah, we've got a big sale coming up that same day. Yeah,
that's right. That sale starts on the 5th. We're going to have 50% off the squad bundle, 30% off the commander bundle, and that sale is only going to last for 7 days. And there's a very important reason why to get your last chance at these bundles, because on Wednesday the 12th, in a week from that moment, we're going to go free to play.
Oh man, we're going free to play, but that's just what you mentioned. That means no one's going to be getting those bundles anymore. So if you want that gear, or you got friends that were holding out for a sale or something like that, now's the time to do it, because once free to play hits, they're going to have to either spend money on those crates or something along those lines if they want to get that giant pile of gear. So this is the time to get in on the cheap. But I think that's it as far as the promos. Let's get into the game here, because we've got an exciting game that also has a little history behind it as well. Now, these 2 players are from a team in the CSL League. These are actually the RIT Tigers, Ralik and Epichlo. I think they're doing some sort of little team skirmish, trying to work this out. This game is from just before the CSL tournament that we casted over the weekend.
That's right.
You can check that out over at twitch.tv/CStarLeague. The VOD is up over there of the entire semifinals and finals, hosted by myself, Deckard, and 4-Court Jester.
Some intense games that we saw.
Yeah, and man, these guys were some MVPs throughout the thing as well. But let's take a look at what they're bringing to the table here on Mind the Gap. What's Epichlo bringing around, Deckard?
Looks like he's got Cortex with Glob Launcher, Nano Amplifiers, and Mass Field, followed by Vanguard with the classic Rockets, Thrusters, and Shock Prod, and then that Warhead, beefy Warhead with Ground Pounder, Black Hole Shell, and Momentum Shifter. What have we got for Ralik?
Well, as I was mentioning, this looks like sort of a team skirmish, so I think they might be trying to figure out the strengths and weaknesses of their own builds, because it's just about a mirror match. There are a couple slight variations. We've got proximity response over here on Warhead, and I think maybe some slightly different war gear along with that. But beyond that, they're almost mirror matches, so it's really going to be a test of who can play this map better, who can take more advantage of these builds. I think both of these players were playing this build at some point throughout the tournament over the weekend, so we saw both these guys doing great stuff, and now Vanguard jumping over and getting on that vision tower. I want to talk about this game more than the tournament. If you want to go catch the tournament, you gotta go find that bod.
Yeah, definitely go find that bod. Ralik is a beast. Epiclo is also a beast. And for this match, we've got First Blood, Total Vision, and Alpha Strike on the field. So here we go. First uplink from Cortex with 90 seconds already passed in the match. And it looks like Epichlo is just going to let that happen, though Ralik is over in the left side enemy territory, just putting a little pressure on that vision tower, just like Epichlo was putting pressure in the upper right vision tower.
Yeah, both players pressuring each other's boss towers. The bosses aren't going to be as important since we do have Alpha Strike on the field, but this is the time to kind of hit a boss, so it's important to pressure these towers after the tier 1 hives go down. A nice attempt at a combo there. Warhead was fired that ground pounder just a bit short, and that's kind of what these builds are looking to do. They've got the slows, they've got the roots between Cortex and Warhead, and then they've got the rockets to kind of finish off the shot. So it'll be interesting to see which of these folks can pull this off, because Momentum Shifter into ground pounder is almost guaranteed.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier that boss is not important on this map. Well, it's always important, but as we saw in some of those other games during the CSL, Ralik really loves going after the boss, so I'm a little surprised not to see her go for it. Maybe she's trying out a new tactic against her opponent teammate, essentially.
Her sparring opponent.
Her sparring opponent, yeah.
But yeah, let's see, 1 to 3 right now. All the cores are unlocking those level 1 hives, so it's just the onus is on Epichlo to get these last 2 cores in and tie it up so we can go into this tier 2 phase.
Little drop micro from both sides there. Warhead just not doing much there for Ralik.
I think maybe she's waiting on that hive to pop.
Maybe?
But either way, yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see that she didn't go for that northern boss here, was instead trying to contest the central point, and I guess it was effective as far as preventing the uploads initially, but now see those cores are still going in. Now the tier 2 hives are spawning, and the tier 2 alphas are going to start going down as well. So both players trying to stay very on top of that, as Alpha Strike is that big old 4-pointer that we have to worry about this match. And so far, both of these players just been kind of sticking around on their side, considering that Epichlo should have an inkling that Ralik's hives went down first. I feel like he's got to go in and try to contest at least at some point one of these alphas.
Yeah, and there he goes jumping across to put more pressure on the vision tower. Hopefully that'll drag Ralik over to that vision tower to get distracted, and then maybe after this hive goes down, jump across the gap with all 3 rigs and put a big amount of pressure on that top right hive.
Yeah, it's
for
both
Ralik's
players.
side.
Both players have been kind of just putting a little pressure on these towers whenever they can.
Vision
Tier 2
tower
hives
was
still
wrong.
going down, and oh no, he's speaking of bosses. He's going for a boss right here. Epichlo not hesitating to thief this boss away now that he's got both the northern vision towers. Ralik doesn't seem to have any idea this is going on. However, she is down here with Vanguard trying to steal an alpha. I don't think Vanguard's going to be able to handle that on their own. The alpha's not very damaged. Meanwhile, up north, Cortex taking the brunt of the damage there. Warhead a little beat up as well. But if Ralik manages to steal this alpha,
I think she's going to do it.
that's going to put her well in the striking range.
Yep, that
of
shock
Alpha
prod
Strike.
doing a good amount of damage to help support that Vanguard before any kind of death happens. So now she's stolen that. She's stolen that 1 alpha. She's going to get this 2nd alpha over here. She's already had a 3rd alpha from her other hives.
Yeah, she's well ahead on the farm now. It's 9 to 8, even with that boss kill from Epichlo. So Epichlo has a little catch up to do, but is ahead on the core count, at least for the moment. There are quite a few cores on Ralik's side of the map.
And Epichlo walked through that center left hive, seeing no alpha though. So now Epichlo knows that an alpha was stolen. So he's going to have to make a tough call whether he's going to go over across the map and steal one of his own at the tier 3 hive level, or if he's just going to forego Alpha Strike at all and just try and focus on dunking cores.
Yeah, I mean, he's got about 40 seconds left on this boss buff, so this is a great time to start uploading, pressuring, and pushing forward. I'd expect to see these rigs just drop their cores so Warhead can continue the uploads, and Cortex and the opposing Warhead won't really be able to get in on this uplink much at all. 5 to 4 right now, about to be 6 to 4, and it looks like Ralik's just choosing not to engage right here. She recognizes the boss buff threat. She's gonna let some of these uploads happen. Probably knows that she's got the upper hand on that Alpha Strike.
Oh no!
Cutting off that thruster and snagging first blood 6 minutes into the game, finally managing to lock that down. A beautiful shot there from Warhead with the ground pounder.
Such a brutal moment when you see those thrusters just get stopped dead in their tracks.
You feel, well, as the player, you feel when you hit that thrusters and you see the back of your rig light up, oh, I'm safe, but man, that ground pounder was just too quick. That's like an action movie shot. You see the ground quaking behind you as you're trying to escape.
So yeah, Epichlo is now definitely in this game, has a chance. Going to take these 2 hives, these 2 alphas out, and Ralik's going to take her own 2 hives out. So Ralik will be ahead of the alpha game as usual.
But after those couple team fights, it's 9 to 4 right now. I guess the question is, will Epichlo come to this northeastern hive to contest the Alpha Strike, or will he just let it go and continue pumping cores into the uplink? We saw the past couple team fights, Epichlo's been on the upper hand, kind of sent Ralik back home. Hasn't been a lot of kills or anything like that, but Epichlo has been controlling the uplink and thus getting more dunks, as we can see now with the 6-point lead.
Yeah,
instead of dunking, which I'm kind of surprised of. It looks like we're going to see another boss push here.
Yeah,
Ralik
is hoarding all her cores back at home base. Not sure. I guess she's just really concerned and rushing for that Alpha Strike, so once she can get that out of the way, then she can focus on her strategy for just letting her go.
Yeah, I think so. She's a bit ahead on experience right now, even with that boss fight. Yeah, there goes the Alpha Strike, so it's now 10 to 9, or sorry, 10 to 8 rather. And it's if she had lost the Alpha Strike, she'd be pretty much out of the game.
Yeah.
Like a 4-point swing would leave this game at 14 to 4.
And here's the smart move. She sees that her opponent has the boss buff, so she doesn't want to get behind on experience. She's already up ahead on experience, but she doesn't want to lose that gain. And then she's going to get the boss buff so that any team fights coming up around the uplink are on fair ground.
Now this is interesting. Let's see. The difference here is that it's no, actually, I was going to say it looks like they had leveled slightly differently. But both players have a level 5 Cortex, and then the 2 level 3 Vanguard and Warhead. So the drone strikes are active. And then I don't know if I'd expect to see Warhead go deep here, or nope. It looks like okay, it's going to be Vanguard. So maybe we'll be seeing that new Angel of Mercy.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I'm not seeing any Black Hole Shell being used by Epichlo.
There it is, just as you talked about it. Cortex got low, then Warhead activated the Black Hole Shell. Cortex still standing in the AoEs, though. That was great use of Black Hole Shell, but suddenly all 3 rigs have been obliterated by Epichlo. Cortex even healing up, just a little afraid that he might trip on a stone on the way back home with that 12 HP or so that he had.
And I think you meant to say all rigs have been obliterated by Ralik. Epichlo's the one that went down.
Yeah, Epichlo's rigs were destroyed.
Oh,
that's what I tried to say.
Sorry,
I don't know what
okay,
actually
just making sure.
12 to 10 though, and Ralik suddenly closing that gap because when there's a team wipe with level 3 hives going down, I mean this is what you see right now, just rigs ferrying cores back and forth, and having a team wipe this late in the game, that can be a 5-point loss easily. And Ralik taking the opportunity to even this up. There's 5 points remaining, but Ralik's brought it back around. Total Vision is still an option here. So as the game hits 12 to 12, probably 13 to 12 before Epichlo gets back on the field here in just a few moments.
There he goes. Yeah, there's plenty of cores on the map to keep this game going, and there's that Vision Tower battle that needs to take place. Epichlo is still in this match. Ralik has definitely pulled up. Pulled herself back from the grave and got the score back up. And now she's in the lead, so Epichlo is going to have to consider what to do next. Boss is available if he needs that boss buff. He's going to take out these hives, get the cores ready, and meanwhile, Ralik has just got, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cores ready to go.
Yeah, Ralik has way more cores on her side, and that's kind of what happens when you hit this endgame situation.
She's going for boss, and Epichlo is going over for Vision Tower, or no, Epichlo was going for the boss as well, I think.
Oh, trapping Cortex in the boss layer, that's perfect. Look at all the extra damage coming down there. Cortex is obliterated. Vanguard now running around trying to escape. The slow feel's not enough. She turned around to try to use that. Oh no, the Angel of Mercy was her undoing. She could have just jetted out, but instead.
Where's Warhead going? Turn around.
I think these 2 rigs can handle
No,
Warhead.
I meant Ralik's Warhead. She needs to go home.
But yeah, I think rightfully so, Epichlo's Warhead rolled out to go do some uploading while these Vision Towers go down. Actually, this could be the perfect time for Total Vision. Let's see.
Yeah.
Warhead is moving into position. Ralik's not quite sure what to do. Warhead just doing a little antsy dance right there in the dropship of Ralik. But
up, and here we go. Oh, it was a nice
whiff.
attempt. And another whiff as well. Warhead is trying to delay this.
Stalling, but
11 seconds, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so. Oh, there goes the momentum shifter. Wasn't quite enough to knock him off. It looks like, let's see, Cortex is on the field. Is he going to get out here in time? It looks like he's just going north instead of trying to deal with it.
Oh, wow, there's the zoom away with the momentum shifter to save Warhead's life, but definitely was not enough to prevent that Total Vision. So 16 to 14 with 3.5 minutes remaining.
Let's see the crucial part, right?
This still could be anybody's game.
Wow, the positioning of those cores is perfect, actually. You don't actually see any of those on this side of the map from that Vision Tower, so Epichlo doesn't actually know all of those are there.
Yeah, that's actually really good. And there's a long-range ground pounder, just not doing much.
Vision Tower is frosty.
Ralik's going back for that boss, I think. Yeah, she's going to set up for that boss buff while Vanguard is uploading. Because I think Warhead and Cortex can definitely take this boss by themselves. And wow, Epichlo can see this. Somehow he knows. So not even dealing with the Vanguard uploading that 15th core, he's just going to go for that boss as well so that they're on even footing with the boss buffs. And also Epichlo is behind 2 squad levels, so he needs this experience to get into squad level 12. There it is.
Yeah, but I mean, so just on core math alone, he should know that there are a lot of cores sitting on this side of the map. I think after hitting that boss, maybe he should have jumped over just to check. That's only really a few seconds. I guess every second matters when you're down to this stage of the game.
Package delivered.
Yeah, wow, 17-16. This is quite a close match. Going back home to reheal a little
man,
bit.
it's a shame Warhead could easily have gotten in an uplink here, but I guess just feeling a little exposed with those injured rigs after the boss fight. 17-16. It's about to be even up though. With 2 minutes remaining, it's going to come down to 1 or 2 big team fights here. These have to be stopped. The rockets come in. Here come the drone strikes, momentum shifter, ground pounder, everything getting fired off here. Black Hole Shell now absorbing damage, but Vanguard's just standing too close to that Warhead. Again, the positioning for Epichlo just isn't quite there. I love the use of Black Hole Shell, but he was standing so close with his rigs.
Yeah, and also I don't think Black Hole Shell prevents drone strikes from doing no damage.
Correct. Those still go down in that flat AoE pattern, and after all of that, the lone survivor Warhead for Ralik, they're 5 rigs down right now in these last seconds. It's just going to be Warhead taking his time, just having a nice little leisurely upload.
Yeah, I don't think
He's
Epichlo
checking his
has a
social media
chance.
accounts and stuff right now, you know. But yeah, I think that might be it. This was neck and neck up until that final point, but there was just too much damage coming down. I think Epichlo's Black Hole Shell may have been enough to edge out those battles if he just positioned slightly better. That was the main difference between these two. Although we did see how much of a difference it did make on this Warhead. That plus 10 armor, that's a lot of damage reduction coming in on that tank from any nearby targets.
I think if you know your opponent is bringing in drone strikes, or you have an inkling that that's coming, I think Black Hole Shell is not the answer. I think proximity response is a much better chance at survival there.
I don't know where that momentum shifted between who, but they both butted heads.
And there's that Black Hole Shell. Now, see, drone strikes are not available, or they are available, they're not being used, but it's a good use of that Black Hole Shell. And that's really what you need to see, is Black Hole Shell does a really great job when drone strikes are not part of the equation.
Yeah, I think just kind of staying in that death field. Both players in a couple of these engagements kind of just stayed under that instead of maybe backing up a little bit. I think in that last engagement, maybe if Ralik or Epichlo had just pulled back instead of pushing deep into all of that, because the drone strikes along with that glob launcher is just, it's a lot of damage, especially when you're right next to each other like that. So it's a tricky situation, and it's always tough and tense when you're battling around the uplink in those last couple minutes. But anyways, a great show from Ralik. This was I guess what did we say? It was kind of a team skirmish.
It was
between these two guys from the Rochester
sparring
Institute
partners.
of Technology, the
Team
RIT
sparring.
Tigers. And if you want to see more of these great players, of course, go stop by twitch.tv/CStar League. The VOD is up there for the time being, and you can go check out those semifinals, finals, and third place match.
That's right. And if you
were
happen to skip
live
the
this
intro to
weekend.
this video, just either go back and re-listen to that, or listen to us now. 3v3, 1v1 ranked, multi-queue,
I'm excited for
party
that ranked
system. That is all coming online tomorrow, Wednesday the 5th. And we're going to have a sale for 7 days, 1 week, a sale on the squad bundles and the commander bundles. And that sale is for 7 days only, because April 12th is bringing Dropzone to the free-to-play model. So we're really excited, and I hope you guys are too.
Exciting times for Europa.
Yes.
All right. Anyways, that wraps us up. Man, look how even. What is this? 8? Is that 8 to? No, only 6. So it was all about that last team fight, man.
Yeah.
It was neck and neck until that point. Like, it was back and forth. Oh man,
There's a reason why they're partners.
That's true. I mean, they know the build. They were on top of it. I mean, the objectives were back and forth. Both players had great moments in that match, like catching Ralik out of position on that boss fight. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Great drop zone. Anyways, it's only going to get better, so we hope to see you folks in coming weeks. Get your friends in here if they're not already. We'll, of course, be around for next Replay Tuesday. This has been Red Rupee.
This has been Deckard.
We'll catch you guys next time.
See ya, Belters.